Hey, I'm Kay, just a girl making ridiculously crazy builds in The Sims. Come check them out. So I decided my lighthouse needed a public bathroom. That's right, this video is just basically a bathroom. So if you've missed the actual lighthouse walkthrough, no problem. You can check out my channel because it is on there. You'll see it in this video and you'll be like, what's it look like inside? Well, you can go see. So here is Point Prim Lighthouse in all its glory, and you see that additional building at the back as well as an additional park. I felt like let's just give it a bit more because it was lacking a few things being a public space. One thing was bathrooms. So you can see here I've built a public bathroom. This is showing you the lights that I put on the front, and this is what they looked like before. I was like, I'm going to spell restroom, and then I was like, no, it doesn't fit, maybe just rest, and then it looked dumb. So I did this. I put a wheel on the wall and I put lights all around it and then deleted the wheel so it just looks like a ship's wheel, and I think that's pretty cool. And it lights up really nice at night. Now taking a look at the detail, I've made 4 accessible stalls, even though there's no wheelchairs in the game. I still thought it was important to do that. And also an accessibility ramp using a roof and then just landscaping around it to make it look like it's a ramp, which was a pretty fun trick. I have added a hand sanitizer to the wall to act as a soap dispenser and sized down a garbage disposal on the wall here so it appears as an actual public washroom. So both rooms are identical, there is nothing different, so we'll just show you the one side. And now just taking a look at the playset. So kids can use it even though I've pushed it technically off of my actual lot. It's really touching the bare corner of it. And then I was like, oh no, is that kid stuck out there because it's technically not on my lot? No, he's fine. He walked away. Everything's cool. Pretty cool. Okay, you gotta admit those lights are pretty cool. So they are actually a light that you can get by like advancing in the game. So I just did a cheat so that I could use the light in the build already and not have to like do all the stuff to get the fancy light later on in the game because like I need it now, okay? Honestly, these lights are pretty cool. I sized them down and they still work perfectly. Like you can size them down and up and they still look great. I recommend putting a wall item on the wall and then tracing it with these lights and then deleting the wall item, and now you have this glowing masterpiece that you just built on the wall, and it's pretty cool. Anywho, just showing you around the bathroom, which isn't really much to it, but I think it works pretty well as a public bathroom. Now everyone who visits can use a washroom because oh no, Peter has died. This is what happens. I build too much and I ignore the people. Oh, no, Peter. Well, that sucks. But you know what? He is still going to live on the land and be the lighthouse keeper. Anywho, you see his desk here. I used an island and I just shoved it against the wall to make like a custom desk. But besides that, what about the dog? Yeah, like the dog. Can he still interact with his dog? I don't really play the game much. I've had this, oh gosh, honestly, been playing The Sims for like 20-ish years or so since the beginning. And I'm just always building. I love the build mode. I'm not so much the play mode. That's awful, isn't it? But like, can he still interact with his dog? Look, the Grim Reaper's still there. Is he gonna take his dog? He better not take the dog. Do not take the dog. What also boggles my mind is that the Grim Reaper and my Sim keep climbing up and down the stairs, but why? My Sim's a ghost. Why is he climbing the stairs? Why isn't he floating up? Well, it's not stairs, it's a ladder. But why is he not floating up the ladder or floating upstairs? Why are the Sims, like, look at him, he's climbing. Why? You don't have legs anymore. Like, he floats across the floor. Why climb stairs or a ladder? That's just weird. Who designed that? That's weird. Anyway, as he's filling the dog now because I changed the bowl to one of those autofill bowls. For some reason, he wouldn't fill the other bowl. He just kept waving around in his ghostly arms. You know, as long as he can interact with the dog, all is cool. He can stay a ghost. I will save the file and not, you know, not save and reopen it so he's alive again. I'll keep him a ghost. So I've tried to make him happy by doing a cheat, but he looks like he's blue and he's sad. So that's a shame. Also had to add my gallery ID up in the corner because it did the same thing as my last video. My new computer was showing the record stuff and it looks tacky. So I made it look even tackier by putting my gallery ID for you. So enjoy that because it's there for the rest of the video. I guess I'll play some sad music now because everything's taken a turn for the worse in this video. Oh, but he's happy now. So why are you happy? Ah, it's because he's interacting with his dog and his best friend. That's sad. Look at them. Aw, at least they can still love each other. That's awesome. Well, I guess the dog owns the lighthouse now.